I got 20,000 experience. Let's spend it. I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay. Let's see what we got. 3,000. So I could get this last one. Ooh, should I go ahead and grab this? It's 4,000. Oh, we're gonna go through this so fast. I feel like I should have gone with this one, which would stun them. I feel like I should have done that, and I didn't do it. This doesn't seem to do much. I don't know. I'm not happy with how that's worked out. But I'm not gonna reset. Oh, I can reset. Oh. The first time you do it. You can reset it. Oh, I want to. Hold on, I need to write everything down. Okay, I got myself all reset. I do want to go into autophagy and up this. We're gonna do that. I kind of want to do rage. One more. Let's do that. Let's level up all of our big powers here. Oh, that's a lot of points. That's 6,000. Let's do it. And you, that I still don't know if I like. You're only 3,000. Might as well spend it. So now we have 8,000 left. 6,000. That'll wipe that out almost. And that'll wipe that out almost. Is anything not full? You're not full. You are. Let's do it. I'm making choices. Okay. I could up this more. $1,500, so that'll be 3,000, right? And then I'd have not a lot left. Not a lot left at all. This is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So I could do these, but I wouldn't change that. I think that'll be fine. Oh, that's 1,500. So I have to make a choice. This is where we're at. I have to make a choice. If I increase blood absorption, is that gonna mess up my blood capacity? It would be another 1,500. So basically I can do this. Okay, alright, I can do this. And then I can go level you up. There we go. It's probably the most efficient I've ever been. The death of Aloysius Dawson, head of the Dawson Empire, occurred last night at around 4 a.m. One of his manor's chambermaids found him in his bed this morning, bathed in his own blood. She immediately reported the incident to the police. A number of Mr. Dawson's household staff are currently being interviewed, but a clear culprit has yet to be identified. Jonathan, why didn't you clean up? Born in the city, Mr. Dawson had been a benevolent patron of London and a faithful member of the Catholic Church for many years. He wore many hats: tradesman, employer, father, and brother. The lucky few who knew him personally, myself included, knew that he was much more. He was a man of vision. He saw a glistening future for our crime-ridden capital. He saw the ways through which our families and friends could be protected from the dangerous outside. He saw how he himself, as a man of wealth and influence, could use his fortune to the benefit of the people. Mr. Dawson had planned to turn the city into a fortress where the virtuous could live in peace. Sadly, this idea attracted the jealousy of others, and they did not let him live long enough to enjoy the fruit of his dedication. Mr. Dawson leaves a daughter, and many admirers are mourn his loss. SLA. Ugh. Everybody, okay, condition is serious. You have headaches. That does not surprise me. You have fatigue. Oh gosh. 2 fatigue, 2 headache, cold. 3 headache, 3 fatigue, and a cold. 3 headache, 3 fatigue, and a cold. Okay. 3 headache, 3 fatigue, and a cold. Alright, 5 fatigue, 3 headache, and a cold. 6 fatigue, 3 headache, and a cold. Alright. Oh. 6 fatigue, 3 headache, and a cold. 6, 7, 8 fatigue, 4 headache, and a cold. 9 fatigue, 4 headache, and a cold. 9 fatigue. You guys are always sick! Fatigue, 4 headache, and a cold. 11 fatigue, 4 headache, and a cold. Rufus, stop going outside. 9 fatigue, 4 headache, and a cold. Look at his eyes. Goodness. 9 fatigue, 4 headache, and a cold. 9 fatigue. Oh, we have stuff. Okay. 9 fatigue, 4 headache. Come here. 4 headache. 9 fatigue, 4 headache. 1 cold. 2. Look at all that fatigue that I could cure. 78. Ugh. Ah, you guys are all good. Break stuff down. Alright. Level 36. Dang, we were at level 30, weren't we? No, we must have been higher than that. There's no way. So let's see if I can talk to him now, because she should have been found. Where are you? There you are. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Dr. Reid, still conducting your nocturnal
I chose the wrong place to do this. Have you heard about Aloysius Dawson?
Have you recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
I just heard he finally died. We all have to go one day, do we not, Dr. Reid?
Yeah, but supposedly he was brutally murdered. About your investigation.
What are you investigating, exactly?
Well, my 2 missing persons cases have been solved. By you, it seems. Are you just that lucky? Or do you know something I don't?
I was lucky enough to find them both while conducting my investigation in this part of town.
Why do I still have the feeling that you're hiding something?
I only go out at night.
What about the abductor? Was it the same person?
I don't think so. You had better interview Miss Teasdale and Mr. Kimura. All I did was to lead them safely home.
Interesting. So why is this still white?
What are you in?
Well, my...
No.
I don't...
No. Okay.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Sure, we'll talk again soon. So I should go talk to you about Aloysius being dead.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
Did you hear about Aloysius?
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard he's dead. I hope he found his twin brother, wherever they are now.
You knew Aloysius's twin brother?
Yes. I think we were even together in the Gemini Club for a time. A somewhat secret society that only accepts twins as members.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Can I talk to you, sir?
Hello again, Dr. Reid.
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
I try not to listen to gossip or rumors. Unlike my brother, I am only interested in facts.
Well, the fact is he's dead.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
So... Where am I supposed to find this girl? Oh, is this her? No. Oh, Carol.
Hello again, Carol. How are you?
My mother always told me that she had to protect me from the cruel world. Now I see what she meant. This is a harsh and violent world, Dr. Reid.
Yes, Carol. As you know all too well, it can be a violent world.
I don't know what you mean. And I prefer you call me Miss Price. I'm not a child anymore.
Okay. Did you hear about Aloysius?
I suspect you've heard what has happened to Aloysius Dawson.
No, what happened to him? I don't read newspapers. Our mother always told me it's a bad thing to listen to gossip.
Yeah. About work.
Are you going to work in your mother's shop?
No. This place is filled with too many bad memories. Entering it or staying inside is an effort now.
What will you do then?
I don't know yet. I think I'll leave London. But since I inherited some money, maybe it's time for me to grow up and go.
I think that's a good idea. About the neighborhood.
How have your neighbors reacted to this tragedy?
Nobody came to the funeral. Everyone's afraid of death and contagion.
You were alone at your mother's funeral.
It wasn't really a funeral. Her body was thrown with other corpses in a freshly dug hole. And I dropped a rose onto her.
That's really... Sorry about that. About your financial situation.
Are you going to be all right without your mother here? Financially, I mean.
I have inherited all of my mother's money. She always told me how poor we would be if we stopped working. But as always, she took care of everything.
She lied to you then?
Maybe she did. But that was for my own good. My mother loved me, Dr. Reid. Her will testifies to that.
Yeah, I can believe that she loved her in her own way. How do you really feel?
How do you really feel, Miss Price?
I feel like I'm on the edge of a cliff. Fear of being alone is pushing me toward the void. The weight of unanswered questions incites me to jump. I feel lucid.
Yeah, I can understand that. Do you remember what she did to you?
Do you remember now what your mother did to you, Carol? Do you realize how badly she treated you?
My mother was a sick person who was afraid to be alone.
Yeah.
Her whole life, she looked at me like the embodiment of all her fears and failures.
We got this all over again.
Your mother was very sick, Miss Price. Her sadism towards you was only an expression of her mental disorder. She was a victim too.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps my mother was a monster. Or a victim of some mental illness. All I know is I can't imagine my life without her.
And that makes absolute sense.
Goodbye, Miss Price.
Start a new life. And you'll be okay. Leave all that crazy shit behind.
The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
Okay, so I have to figure out where the woman we've rescued hangs out, because I don't remember. But we can go talk to Tall Tree. If I can. Stupid floor tiles.
They are never easy to read. Good evening, Jonathan Reid. Can I help you in any way?
Questions?
Have you any news concerning Aloysius Dawson?
What was his last thought, I wonder?
His last thought was that he didn't want to die.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Perhaps London will survive the epidemic, but I see terrible trials awaiting in the future.
Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so we were been around here. Where would this woman be? Maybe back by her house? Like all the way on the other side of town, like on the other side of the sewer? Talk to you. Let's see. Map. Because maybe like back in here, maybe. That's the sewer. That's gotta be hard, because I put her in a really hard position where her mother's dead. She doesn't have anyone to turn to. But I think she has a chance of making it. Oh, I have to fight things again. Where's this woman's house? At least I think they were over here. Try it upgraded. You're dead. Don't you dare jump on me. Oh. Hello. So many supplies. So many. So many. Am I going the right way? I think I am. There was a hideout up here. And then someplace where we found a note. Come here, rats.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
It was on the other side. Ah, this was the house. No, you won't. Should see how that... Yeah, that worked. I like that better. There we go. Just hack and slash my way through. It's fine.
I have this thirst for blood.
Alright, where would she be? Okay.
This is despicable.
She's apparently near the Ascalon Club. So that's where we should go next. I wanted to check... Talk to you, talk to you. Okay. Killed you. Alright, how do I get out of here? There you are.
Good evening, Miss Teasdale. How have you been since you returned home?
Dr. Reid. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him. I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
Not quite. Do you know Aloysius?
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Never heard of him.
Really?
He's very well known in London, throughout the country even.
He a big shot or something? Never interested in politics myself. All words and no action.
Yeah, unfortunately. Let me give you this.
Do you need my medical attention, miss?
I don't need your help specifically. I can assure you there are many competent doctors around.
Really? I haven't seen any.
I have no doubt about it, but I'm offering you my help anyway.
All right then. But please leave me alone for now.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you some questions.
What do you do for a living, Miss Teasdale?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress in a pub. Now I'm unemployed.
Were you fired?
No, it's just that after my recent experience, I don't feel like I can go back to my normal life. I need to do something useful.
Be careful.
Be very careful, Miss Teasdale. You were lucky to escape death once, but vampires lurk everywhere.
You killed my kidnapper by yourself, didn't you? No offense, Doctor, but you're just a doctor. I don't see why I couldn't do the same.
So what is your plan?
What do you intend to do?
Dad always told me, Louise, if you want something, don't stop until you have it. I did my research and I found it. Ichabod Frog Mortem, professional vampire hunter. I'll be his apprentice.
Oh, girl. I mean... Tell me about the neighborhood?
What can you tell me about this area?
I've never really liked this part of town. It was where my father wanted to live. I won't remain here much longer.
What exactly don't you like about it?
People here are contemptuous and elitist. My dad always said, Louise, always treat people like you want them to treat you.
I mean, she's got a good head on her shoulders.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet
I had
again.
more questions for you.
In your house, Dad.
Good evening, Miss Teasdale.
Can I help you, Dr. Reid?
Yes, I'm sorry. I need to bother you again. About the vampire who captured you.
Louise, what can you tell me about the vampire who captured you?
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me. That he wanted to spend eternity with me. Not a bad idea. At least that's the way it seemed at first.
Really? Did you consider accepting his proposal?
Well, immortality. Not a common wedding gift, is it? I think he just wanted to have his way with me. Can vampires even fuck, Doctor?
What? Well, I really can't answer that. Since they are creatures of blood, physically speaking, I suppose an erection is possible, but I...
Don't be embarrassed, Dr. Reid. I was just asking.
Why did your father feel guilty?
Why did your father feel guilty? He seemed so eager to welcome you back, as though he'd done something wrong.
Last time we saw each other, we had a terrible argument. I left the house and ended up in a pub. That's where the vampire met me. Dead drunk.
I see.
We argued a lot, me and Dad. But I always came home. I'm sure that's why he went to find me. He knew something bad had happened.
Your father never gave up on you. In the end, he risked everything to save the daughter he loved.
Yeah, that was my dad. Tough bastard, just like me. Even if I'd broken his leg, he would have gone looking for me.
What do you mean?
That last argument we had, it was more of a fight, actually. He slapped me and I kicked him hard in the balls.
Yeah, he tried to save you.
Louise, tell me what you really think about your father's sacrifice to save you.
I'm proud he went after me. I forgive him all his harsh words, all his bloody attitudes. I only wish I could tell him how much I loved him.
Yes. It can be traumatic, not having the chance to say goodbye to those we love.
Yes, Doctor. And there's no treatment for that type of pain, isn't that right? That may be the last thing my father taught me.
Yeah. You seem to cherish him.
You seem to cherish your father a great deal.
Dad was the best. He kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes. Louise used to say, mistakes are the best teacher. You would have liked him.
I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye.
That's all right. He's buried in consecrated ground now. Nothing bad can happen to him.
Buried in consecrated ground. So how did you manage that? After a violent argument. Okay. And you're fine, right? Alright.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet again.
Why can't I forgive you, Father?
You just said you could.
And we have regular audio. I apologize. Thank you for sticking it out for this long. Oh, I need to talk to this guy. I'm not. I think what happened is somehow I told Audacity to record the microphone on my computer instead of the Blue Yeti microphone that I use. I think that's what happened. Anyway, the audio came out really quiet and I had to amplify it. And where are you going? And, oh, he's just checking his stock. Anyway, I had to amplify it and it sounded gross and nasty, but I couldn't do anything else with it. Hopefully we will not have any more technical issues and everything will be fine.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. A great night, what?
I need to ask you a question.
Have you any news on Aloysius Dawson?
I will never see him again in my shop, it seems. I did not realize how much his health had deteriorated. In the end, not even money can protect you from death.
So he didn't even, nothing about being murdered, just health deterioration. Okay. I've already asked you. Oh, about the restaurant.
So, did you try the restaurant I recommended?
Oh, yes, I can't thank you enough, my dear doctor. Exquisite, but expensive. But what is money made for, if not for little pleasures?
Living, your money could be more usefully spent. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Don't you think your money could be better spent in these difficult times?
Your words hurt, Doctor. I thought you and I were friends.
Friends
But
criticize?
since you ask, I'm rich enough to finance my passions. And various charities across the city.
There you go.
Perhaps my words were too harsh. Please forgive me if I've upset you.
Oh, no harm done. After I die, all my fortune will go to the suffering people of the East End. Until then, I aspire to live the most pleasant life possible.
Well, that's something. You are sick. Yes.
Do you need medical help?
You would save my life, Dr. Reid. I have not felt so bad in many years.
Did he say that last time?
Don't worry.
I cannot imagine the pain these people...
Yeah, okay. All right.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
We got a new hint for him, and I wanted to see what it said. Claims he gives money and is involved in charity organizations. And we missed a hint? How do we not have a... Wait a minute. How do I not have your hint? Okay, we get that. We get that through a quest. Who else is sick? The brothers. Did I seriously go talk to them and not heal them? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm so good at this. All right, let's...
The equality between men and women!
Let's ask you the question.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
What is your opinion of Aloysius Dawson?
I'm sure you did what you had to without him suffering more than he deserved. I'm not sure I'd have been so merciful.
I mean, I ate the guy, so... Although I could have let him... I don't know why I'm checking you. But
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been...
I could have left him to his own, ponder his own mortality, so I guess I could have done that while he slowly withered away. Where did you go, Clarence? Not that way. I heard you. I thought I heard you. Oh, what happens if I knock on this door? You were not welcome here? Or there's like, no, you can't come in. Just go away. Clarence. Clarence. There's nobody there. There is obviously nobody in there. Clarence.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Clearly, you're knocking on glass houses.
Have you any news about Aloysius Dawson?
He was aware of many things, many secrets. It's obvious a vampire assassin must have got to him. He knew too much.
That's not what happened, Clarence. Here.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
I can't remember if I've cured you before? It looks like it.
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
I don't understand that line of conversation. What does that mean?
You need some rest, Clarence.
Yes.
You should try to sleep.
You would likely not have a headache if you actually slept. Excuse me, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Kimura.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Have you heard of Aloysius Dawson?
Poor man. To die rich and alone, that was my plan for years. Money was the only currency I valued. Now I've started to realize it's not a life worth living.
Good on you.
Do you need medical assistance, sir?
Don't believe that I'm the kind of man with a fragile constitution.
You have fatigue.
But I'm afraid my imprisonment has done more harm than I thought.
Might need more sleep.
There is no need to be ashamed. We are all equally vulnerable to this disease.
Yes. I know now life is as precious as it is fragile.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
And recent
Maybe I should leave this.
viral news everywhere has made this game a completely different context than the political one. Or just added more to it. Is this your house? I can never remember.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. Please, come in. I remember when Mary
So
came here with her
much vitriol in his voice.
What do you need from me, Jonathan?
About Aloysius?
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
It's not such a bad thing for rich people to remember that money can't protect them from disease and death.
That's something.
Do you need my medical attention?
It would appear that old habits die hard, my dear. I would appreciate your help as always.
And I'm happy to give it to you, as always.
Aw.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Well, there you go. There's some... Okay. I don't know what to do with you two. I have not decided.
Goodbye for now.
The only good way to end this, honestly, is to kill them both. That's really the only good way to end it.
I feared the worst.
Because then she realizes her husband was right, and that's really like the only good ending. Where am I going? I don't know. She's dead, so I can't talk to her anymore. There's no one else back here. I skipped over somebody, didn't I? No. Okay, so I need to talk to... I'm gonna run back and heal. Yes, and I need to talk to you. So I'm gonna run back and heal these two that I was dumb and skipped over, and then try to find you. And I talk to her. Okay.